This is Smithy.tv.
Tonight on Smithy TV, the Mind Reels being Sue and Tim.
Sue and Tim.
Or Tim and Sue. We're here, we're kicking back again. Mm-hmm. Relaxing on a Monday.
Monday night.
On a Monday night, kind of unusual.
Right after the Super Bowl, which I did not watch. No.
I watched the important parts, which was the commercials. There's a new Iron Man 3 trailer. Oh, yeah. New Star Trek trailer. Yes, please.
I saw a great Budweiser commercial with a horse.
I saw one
anyway.
for Bud Light. But we are welcoming back into the studio for the first time, although we've chatted with him before. Back on the show, that's right. We've got our friend Sean Cisterna, who directed a little film called Moon Point, which we loved.
Yes, we sure did.
And then we got to chat with him, and he's taken on one of, I think you could say, one of our favorite subjects, because we're both kind of fascinated by the paranormal.
Yeah.
We like to creep ourselves out.
I'm a big, Taps Ghost Hunters fan, so as soon as I heard about this, I was like, yes, please.
So we've got Sean Cisterna on the show to talk about his new documentary, 30 Ghosts.
Hi,
sounds awesome.
It's good. Most people hide their fascination with the paranormal. You're very open and honest.
I've got ghost stories.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the appeal of this. Yeah, everyone seems to have their own one story that they have to.
Yeah.
So now, going into this, before you even got started, did you go in as a believer, or are you open-minded, or are you very skeptical, or?
I first heard our subject on a radio show. My dog had just died, and I was feeling a bit somber.
Yeah.
And then this woman came on the radio and started talking about her investigating the Milton Town Hall, and she just. I love my subject, Kim. She's a passionate storyteller. She just didn't seem right for radio. She said a lot of like CBC radio. I mean, she didn't come across as CBC material. So that was
completely unprofessional.
Yeah.
Like us.
Kim, come on the show.
Come on the show.
I usually have these professors to speak on about different topics, and then Kim comes. She's all works with horses out in
wearing a ball cap, hair and ponytail,
trash talking.
Nice.
That was the appeal of the first initial spark.
Very cool. But I love the idea. But if I've read it right, you're not actually going in to cover the whole ghost side of it. You're kind of following Kim's story.
Yeah, I mean, at first, I thought this was going to be like a fun documentary on this group of female paranormal investigators and see what kind of wacky antics they got themselves into. But as the year started to go by and real life happened, the story sort of turned, and we focus specifically on Kim and her struggles to. If you want to talk about the film afterwards, we can. There's a lot of internal roadblocks that she has to go through to fulfill her dream. So, we've screened it for test audiences to get some feedback, and after such positive and encouraging notes, it makes me feel like we have something really special.
I think you guys, you've got a huge connection right now going with hot dogs. It's just they're already promoting the hell out of this thing.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean,
it's like the Doc Ignite project.
That's what it was. Yeah.
That's where I got my swanky shirt.
Nice. Nice job, Sue. That was a tough connection to make. I mean, I met Stephanie MacArthur, who's one of the hot dogs industry marketing people, and she was talking about Doc Ignite at the Gimli Film Festival, and we sort of went through a tough application process. We had to show them about 20 minutes of raw footage, and just based on that, they fell in love with the project and started to get us and help us fundraise what we needed to to get to finish it.
That's wicked. And then you've already got, it's Indie Cam, right? Who's tied in with Abby Fettergreen, who's following me on Twitter. Just so really? I was like, really? Holy crap.
Follow me on Twitter.
hey. But yeah, I will. I'll totally set that up. But yeah, I mean, it's just taking off for you guys.
It's I mean, it feels, we're still struggling. Obviously, we're poor Canadian filmmakers, but
that's
we're
the
busy
deal.
poor Canadian filmmakers, which is good.
I just love the concept. I mean,
me too.
I'm not as hardcore as say Sue is, because Sue will go on a Ghost Hunters marathon.
Come with us then.
I actually, because that was one of the perks, was to get to go on a ghost hunt with them, and I was like, oh, if I can afford that right now, like,
I'll hook you up.
Because I had no idea until I heard about this project that they even existed, let alone that they were all female, and I was like, these are my girls. How do I not know about this already?
Yeah, it sounds very cool.
Yeah.
But you're definitely more of the Ghost Hunter side of it, whereas I'm very open-minded about it just because of through my own experiences, and I don't want to disparage your show. I don't, because I know you love it. But,
you can't.
I watch it and go, how much of that is staged?
Right. That was my problem, like doing a documentary like this. So I'm glad sort of real life happened and we went on a tangent, because how do you separate like a documentary and a paranormal investigator and not make it look like cheap reality TV?
Yeah.
So that was the biggest struggle.
Especially if you're like, I mean, most of the time nothing happens. Every once in a while you might get a little piece of a little nugget or whatever.
That's the one thing I didn't know about before we triggered this project, how boring ghost hunting is.
Yeah, exactly.
I hung out in a lot of abandoned homes and cemeteries. Nothing happened.
It's boring.
Until you get to the review stage, and then you start.
And you think you hear stuff. Oh, so you have heard like whispers.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing I still can't explain. Like, how do you put a recording device in an abandoned house when there's nobody in there and hear children giggling or sort of thing?
See?
See,
I want to get a recorder at work and just like walk around with it all the time.
So I was fine until he said little kids laughing. Yeah. And that's the point where little kids, ghost kids laughing, just not good. It never ends well. It never ends well. But yeah, I loved. Yeah. I didn't know you had a ghost story though.
Yeah, everybody does, don't they?
Yeah, I didn't know Sue had one. She hasn't shared it with me, so I don't expect her to share it today.
Do you want to? Is it a quick one?
Well, no. I mean, I've got like a few, and probably the most recent one would just be at my ex's house, because her house was haunted.
Really?
But it was like a pretty benevolent spirit. It was just, I mean, my first experience was the very first time I was there. It was the first morning I was allowed to sleep in. Everybody else went to school and work and stuff. And I woke up, the dogs were like on the bed with me, and I could hear somebody moving around downstairs, like walking between the kitchen and the living room, like shuffling. And I was like, did her parents come home and not tell? Like, how am I going to explain my presence here? And the dogs were like up and like looking too, because they could hear it as well. And I just stayed in bed because I wasn't going anywhere.
I wasn't when we make 40 ghosts, you can be the star.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
So mine's nowhere near that spooky. It's just not.
I was worried that there was actually going to be a person, and I was going to have to explain who the hell I was. From
some
Canada.
Strange Canadian. Yeah. But yeah, I had one where I was very close to this girl, and she died. She passed away. And then that night, I woke up in the middle of the night, as you do, with the fervent desire to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Had to go to the bathroom.
I know all about this.
Yeah. Walked into the bathroom. The entire room smelled like her perfume. Which I was like, really? Wow. And then I didn't need to go
always stuff like that. Scents and sounds are
just
all very powerful.
So, but I'm also willing to admit that could have been a psychosomatic reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Totally could have been a psychosomatic reaction. I'm just saying. I like to think it wasn't.
Like after I had my cat put down and I heard her meow in the living room, I was like, did I really just hear that?
Yeah.
Or whatever. I miss my cat.
No, you guys have it's finished. You guys are wrapped.
I just came from the editing room to here, so we're still. I wanted to finish and officially lock the picture tonight, but I think we still have another few hours of nitpicky.
Another session.
Oh yeah. Still.
We're cutting out the ums and ahs of our characters, so very, very fine.
I do that a lot. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see this one though.
I know.
It is right up my alley because it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we've had audiences laugh all the way through and cry at the end, which you don't really think about in a paranormal documentary. So if we can in those unexpected ways, it makes me, like I said, I think we have something exciting and new. Yeah, you like it.
That's the thing I like about ghost hunters too. Is yes, whatever, it's fun, and they go on their hunts and they show you the highlight reel. But I also just really like the guys. Like I like the team. So as long as you like the main subject matter that's leading you around, then that connects you to it a lot more closely than anything you may or may not find on the.
Yeah, whether you like ghost hunting or not, these are people you want to spend time and have a beer with, sort of thing.
And that's the impression that I get from Kim, is that she just seems very laid back and kind of want to hang out with her and just say, what else do you do? She seems very like
and horses, like come on.
Yeah, horses and ghosts.
Definitely a horse person.
I'm just gonna hang out.
And they're in Milton.
Yes, out in Milton. So when we do our ghost hunt, I'll invite you over and you'll come out to Milton and we'll investigate an old historic barn that they have.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or a mental asylum. I'm just saying.
Do they have favorite places that they generally get activity from? And then
they do, yeah. There's a few abandoned places that they don't share the addresses with anyone because they don't want vandals going in, squatters, and but they tend to get a lot of activity in the abandoned houses. Kim thinks that. They're lonely, abandoned souls that dwell there, and when
there's
someone
nobody
comes
hang out with.
When someone comes around, the activity starts to happen a bit more.
I gotta find more places like that in Toronto too, because they're here. There's got to be tons of them in town.
Oh yeah, there must be.
But before you can come out on a hunt, one rule is that you have to spend 15 minutes alone in the dark in the house by yourself.
Done.
You do it?
Done.
You can do that. You're
done.
Invited.
I can do that. I will do that standing up or sitting down, blindfold, whatever.
Yeah, 15 minutes standing in one spot.
Yeah, let's do it. I can do that. I accept.
I would be sitting in the corner with my knees up just to make sure that.
Rock and motion.
No, that gives something a chance to get behind. Every time you rock forward.
Oh yeah, that's
Even if it's just a spider.
Because the worst person to creep anybody out is me. That's the rule. I will scare myself silly, whereas some people try and it just doesn't work. So I could totally do that.
Yeah.
Freak yourself out? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can freak myself out so good.
Yeah, the dark has a tendency to do that.
It can.
Sitting there alone.
It can. Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in abandoned homes.
What am I going to think about? Yeah.
Was that before or after the documentary? Yeah.
That's how I spend my weekend. What?
That's what I do all the time. Now, I don't want you to give anything away, but how spooky did things get for you guys?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of our favorite. There's one moment in the film where they investigate. They take a group out on a ghost hunt. They're like us. They're struggling. They're poor. They're looking for a bit of extra cash, and they invite a bunch of people to go on a ghost hunt, and they collect their money, and they take them all to this old sort of heritage house, and while in the midst of an investigation, one of the what's the word? The people
guest
the guest hunters
That's good.
suddenly blacked out and fainted.
No.
Turned around and looked, and he was just passed out, and it took him a while to recover. But he's there was dirt all over the place. He could have tripped on something, but he says he doesn't know what happened. So when you're in the middle of a sort of not a seance, but some sort of communication with the paranormal, and that happens. That was our.
Oh yeah, because
of course our cameras were in the other room, and
I think I've seen that.
We heard the bang and we ran upstairs. And
wow.
The aftermath. So that was one of our.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Just a little shiver there, folks.
And and just like I said, like a lot of the review evidence that we heard, like the children laughing and
that's
whispering, like get out.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Get out of town.
And these are rural ladies, so they can't really fake evidence, as much as they
Photoshop and stuff.
They're happy to have the equipment as it is.
Right. There's no faking their evidence. So
wow.
I'm very adamant about that for sure.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing too. Like, not only can the majority of the actual hunt be boring, but then you've got like 4 hours, I guess, of footage to go through. Of like camera footage, audio footage, and stuff to like sit
really
through
like
and relive the whole thing. Turn it all up, listen close, don't fall asleep, don't nod off.
Wow. See, like editing. I mean, we take all the footage back and spend months assembling it all together. I mean, it was sort of a dual journey that we were both going on. Kim was collecting all her favorite evidence. I was collecting all
yours. Yeah.
We were both assembling our passions.
What have you got?
Can I borrow that one over there?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Like it. Now, you guys you're hoping to have it ready for Hot Docs, or?
If we can. I mean, we submitted a rough cut a few weeks ago, and, it's obviously infinitely better since the month that we submitted, but, our goal is that to ideally premiere there if we can, and if we can't get it done in time, then at least, September festival season's around the corner.
Yeah. We're in February already talking about September.
Yeah.
It's amazing though how quickly it flies.
Hot Docs is what, April?
It is. It's the week I get back.
May, yeah.
Like
early
it's
May.
like April 25th to April 18th or 25th to May 1st. I think.
Jesus, we gotta finish this movie. Okay.
No, it's the 25th because I get back on the 21st, and then
25th is my mom and my brother's birthday. So I'll wish you a happy birthday then.
Wow.
Sound mixing, color correcting, all these building it,
music,
yeah. So
awesome. Which probably won't have any of the cool indie tunes you had from Moonpoint.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. We got a lot of folky rock sort of. Cool. Yeah, it's a very rural type movie, so we wanted to.
I mean, I know I said it at the time, but the Moonpoint soundtrack is freaking awesome. It's
true.
so awesome.
Yeah, we worked hard to get some of those songs.
And then, of course, this to really go back because you said this. Moonpoint, well, not necessarily Moonpoint, but everything before Moonpoint was all kind of movies you'd want in the Walmart.
Yeah, the bargain bin.
Yeah, the bargain bin.
$5
and
section.
now there's Moonpoint, which I would not want to find in the $5 section. I want to see it on the shelves where it belongs. And then this one just sounds like it's like another big step forward for you.
Yeah, I mean, different budget level. It's lower because it was a documentary. We didn't have to pay for actors and everything. That was our biggest expense in Moonpoint. We had 30 actors, but this was just, just show up at our subject's house, follow them around, and so I enjoyed working in documentary that way as a producer / director. So
does Art Hindle show up in a banana suit?
He does not. I tried to get him
standing outside the bar.
Just looking in a window. That's not creepy at all.
That would just be
that
wrong.
would have been a great linking between the two.
Yeah, totally. Or just somewhere in the background, have them wander by. In a
just walk by in a banana suit.
So awesome. Oh, that movie's great. I like that movie a lot.
Me too.
I have to get a copy of that. I haven't got my copy.
Should have brought you one. You supported it. I will bring one next time.
No, we got to pay for it, so you got to get the.
Okay, then I owe you for this round of publicity.
All right.
How about we call it later?
Done. But I just because it sounds so good. Yeah, I didn't even think that. Yeah, you're not paying for the actors, but you guys did a very successful internet campaign to get this thing off the ground.
It helped. It helped to draw in the Hot Dogs audience. I mean, when they get behind a project, they have 20,000 followers on Twitter and their whole mailing list of 100,000. So when they believe in a project, they ensure that it gets funded.
Which
properly,
is awesome.
Which is very, very helpful.
I love hearing little success stories like that because being in we're not in Canadian film, we're on the kind of outside, but we talk about it a lot. But it's so awesome to hear that yes, there's struggling, there's a lot of hard work, but to hear then that the community kind of gets behind you and believes in your project and says, yeah, go do it. It's worth doing. I love that kind of thing.
Yeah, especially at the rough cut stage when we had just like 20 minutes of assembled scenes for them to fall in love with our subject and our film and believe in it from that early stage to help see it to the end. That was,
I'm so tripping about ghost kids laughing. It's just no.
Well, and even because I know when the Doc Ignite funding blitz was on, like I could tweet anything, and all I had to do was include you guys and hot dogs in the tweet, and it would be retweeted all over the place. Too.
That's
so I was like, watch this.
Yeah, they have a great social media person there.
They really do.
They're like right on top of it.
Yeah.
It just like explodes every time.
It's an amazing job. They just sit at a computer all day
Just
and
retweet stuff.
engage
and,
with
Yeah.
people all over the
I
world.
want to do that.
I sometimes do, but it would depend on the kind of people I was engaging with. Because if it was just people complaining, I don't want
Yeah,
to.
that's true.
Even
Yeah.
140 characters is too much for that.
There's enough out of you, Block.
How is you guys did a really cool idea for the 30 Ghost poster where you're
Oh yeah, with the drawings and
vying
stuff.
to, yeah. There's like the ghost doodles and
Yeah.
the people getting to be ghosts on the poster.
That's right.
Yeah, so we're looking for, we have our main subjects in the foreground, but along the bottom we wanted 30 ghosts, like to represent the famous quote from Arthur C. Clarke. So we need 30 people to pose as ghosts on our theatrical poster. Awesome. So we just started engaging with the community and asked for people to send in their paranormal Picasso scribbles, and we had a great response.
I saw
I saw somebody their kid had done too. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we rewarded them. So that'll be cool, like to have a cool memento like that to hang up in your house. Like,
Very much so.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, I want to be on the poster.
You could have scribbled something. It's just
I know. I actually thought about it, but it was like right towards the end. I was like, I don't have time to scribble a doodle.
We get steal a piece of paper. Submit before the end of the.
Yeah. The guy who invented the Etch-a-Sketch just passed away the other day. Yeah, I saw that on the news. And I was just thinking, if I had an Etch-a-Sketch now, I could ghost doodle the crap out of that. There's your line for the evening. No. No. Everybody take a sip.
Yeah, it was so good. But yeah, I love the whole ghost side of it. I love the fact that there's more to it than that. I mean, we're focusing on the ghost side of it because we love ghost stories, but I want to know more about Kim and the whole group, which sounds really fantastic.
You really root for the characters and fall in love with Kim right away. I mean, she's very passionate about what she does, and I think her struggle is very relatable. I mean, we all are pursuing something, and there's definitely roadblocks along the way. Just to see how she deals with these things and sometimes fails and sometimes succeeds is, I think we all have those. We follow the same path in life, where there's ups and downs. And
she comes across as very open too. Like she's very open, very engaging, and she's honestly just talking about whatever she's thinking and feeling.
And when you see the film, for us to talk about some of the things that we wanted to talk about, like, I don't think I could have ever been so honest with the camera.
Yeah.
Wow.
You'll really come to respect her by the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah, see, we've got 3 of them, and there are still lies that I am telling even now. Not my real hair.
Right.
That's not true. But I mean, I don't want to. Don't tell me if it's in the movie. If it's in the movie, don't share.
Sure.
But do we get to find out why she's fascinated by the paranormal and what drives her to do that? Okay.
That happens very early.
Okay, because I always love to find out why.
Yeah, what triggers everybody.
Yeah, I mean, there's a story she tells early on that when she was a little kid, she was, she wanted to see this frog, and she pushed through a pane of glass or something, and it cut open her arm.
Whoa!
As a 9-year-old, and she was bleeding, and they took her to the hospital, and all she remembers is her grandfather coming in the room and patting her head and telling her it's going to be okay. And then, a few years ago, she came to the realization that she was talking to her family, and that incident happened when her grandfather passed away when she was 7. So like there's this 2-year gap. The ghost of her grandfather came and
That's cool.
comforted her in her time of need.
My friend Amanda has a story like that, where she lives in one of the oldest houses in Australia. Like, it was built, it's got the tin roof, the whole 9 yards. Her grandmother owned it, blah 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 blah. And she's got a washing machine, dryer machine set up in the back. And so she was in there throwing stuff in, the laundry, and there's a bathroom mirror on the wall behind her, and she turned around and saw her grandmother standing behind her, and just carried on like a half-minute long conversation with her. Until she realized, oh yeah, my grandmother's dead.
I love those stories.
Yeah.
Stop freaking me out.
Yeah.
God, because you always hear it from a friend of a friend of a friend, but in this case, I know Amanda, and so I'm like,
That's
My
interesting
mom had one
on the
when,
poster. Like, what do these ghosts wear on the poster? What was she wearing?
yeah,
The
what
grandmother.
would you wear?
Do you wear something? Do you wear what you died in? Do you wear what you're buried in? Like, what?
Do you get to choose?
I wonder.
Go with like maybe a
Can I have Converse?
Oh, like a pair of Chucks. And, and
My mom had one when
suggestions what to wear.
when my mom was in labor with my brother. Apparently, there was one nurse in particular that stayed with her the whole time, and as far as she knew, there was nothing wrong with the labor. There was nothing emergency-wise. No one was in danger, but apparently it was long and hard. My brother had a big head.
I've seen your brother. This is true.
And but anyway, after everything was said and done, she was leaving. She went to say goodbye to all the staff who had taken care of her, and she couldn't find this one nurse, so she asked about her. There never was such a nurse.
Really?
That was your mom?
Yeah.
Wow.
I apologize, Mom, if I told that wrong, but that's the gist of what I remember.
Wow.
Mostly I blocked it out because it meant my brother was special and I wasn't, but...
Special, all right.
Hey!
Just saying. No. That is so cool. Oh, see, the more we talk about it now, the more I'm really excited to see it.
I
It
know.
sounds so good, and the fact that it's mostly local because it's Milton. It's not that far away.
Yeah.
Well, and they do investigate in Toronto and stuff too, I believe.
Yeah.
Or more, I don't know, sort of outside the city, I guess,
Sure,
but
yeah.
like in
Within
the
a
area.
certain radius, I guess,
Yeah.
they'll go to.
Cool.
It's gonna be good.
We really gotta go on a ghost hunt, though.
I know.
We really do. Take the cameras.
Okay, I'll invite you out in March.
Yeah.
I was like, it was even like it was the smallest thing, but I was thrilled with it when you guys did the little thank you videos for all the people
Oh,
that
yeah.
donated and said everybody's name
Yeah,
on it
yeah.
and stuff. And Guy and I were on the same one,
Yeah.
so I was like, yeah, Guy Sherry, what up? I was so happy. And I was like, I watched it twice, and I was like, they said my name. It was such a little thing, but it was like,
Yeah,
there it is
yeah.
on YouTube for
Yeah,
everybody to see, and I'm like
yeah.
posting the link to my video and
Yeah.
stuff.
That's awesome.
It was so cool.
I
I was
love
like,
stuff
yes,
like that.
Guy.
That's right. I met Guy, right? He was the guy.
Yeah, he came
he's
during,
awesome.
TIFF.
Yeah. But yeah, just
Yeah, how'd you meet him? How do you come up?
Guy and I used
Oh,
to work
man.
together like
Really?
a billion years
Yeah.
ago
Are
at
you from
Rogers
Edmonton?
Video. No.
Oh,
It was when he was here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He
Okay.
came here to go to film school, but then like didn't for so many years, like many of us do. We just like come here with one dream and
Yeah.
leave with
and then we
another.
work retail for far too long, and then the dream dies. So Guy and I were at Rogers Video together for a long time.
Really? Yeah, I had no
Well, not a
idea.
long time, a couple of years. And then we lived together for a little while. He was my
Just assumed
roommate.
he was an Albertan. Okay, that's
He
cool.
was, and then he was here, and then he finally did go to Trebas, I believe, and then he was like, "Screw this, I'm
Yeah.
going back to Edmonton." After
He
a
is
while.
the former programmer for the Edmonton
Yes, he
International.
is.
Yes.
Yeah. With a wicked sense of humor.
Yep, that's how we met
Lovable guy.
April
Yeah.
Mullen and Tim Doran too,
Yeah.
because he was featuring their Rock Paper Scissors at the
Okay.
Edmonton Film Festival, but he was here for TIFF. And they were in town, so he interviewed them, and he was like, "Oh, just come to the Dodger for a beer after, and we can hang out." So that's how I met them, and then by the time the movie screened, I was like, "I don't know if they'll remember me," but I was like, "I'm Guy's friend," and they're like, "Yeah, love." And so yeah.
And now it's just.
And now it's
It's a
like
love
every
fest,
2
yeah.
years or so, he makes it back to the city, and I haven't even met his wife yet.
Okay.
Guy.
Get over here.
Get that sorted.
Tammy came to town without him one time, and we still just couldn't. Our schedules
Really?
couldn't get together, so it was like whatever.
It's evil.
Both have become. Forget it.
So we've got a couple more hours to wheedle down the film. You gotta lock it up. You've got music, final
Yep.
edit.
Yeah, and then taking all our clips and up-resing them to high definition.
That's
right. Yeah, that's all like the technical.
Oh yeah, so what'd you shoot on?
We used the Canon 7D again.
Nice,
Yeah.
because
Cool.
it works so well on Moon Point.
We loved it. I mean,
yeah.
I loved the way it looked when it blew up. I mean, I own one of them, so it's easy
Yeah.
to, if something comes up, the camera's always there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I've
so,
got a spare one.
yeah, they're so small and portable. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good
That's
little camera.
good.
I know because I received a lot of them. Just saying. But yeah, the 70s are gorgeous. And that
Yeah.
one, So is there like even a trailer coming soon, like a full trailer? Or is
Yeah,
there...
we've been so focused on getting this cut.
I know, I'm pushing now. I'm pushing.
It's how much to do this. For sure. Yeah, I want to get it out
because we would just put that on loop. I do that with all my favorite trailers. You just loop them over and over and over again.
Did you see the part where?
And that part where he says this, yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I'll cut it with that in mind, knowing that you can loop it.
I will watch it over and over again. It'll be on my tablet, and I'll just watch it over and over again. I'll show it to
Throw in
everybody.
like a good song clip.
Okay. Done.
Yeah.
Tim will just keep going over and over.
I will too, and I don't know if that's a sad commentary on me or just my dedication to film. I'm gonna go with the latter.
Sounds way better.
Like you, so
Yeah, sounds much cooler. So 30 Ghosts, which sounds awesome. And I love the quote because that Arthur C. Clarke quote is awesome.
It's on the back of my shirt.
It is on the back of her shirt.
Something. What is it? That's how much the dead outnumber the living. Every man has 30 ghosts standing behind him.
Correct. Yeah. I don't know if the math works out today. That quote was from the 60s.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The math
Now that we've had this population boom.
Yeah, but I had no idea that this quote existed until our subject said it in the movie, and
wow,
that's really interesting.
I'm gonna use it.
Yeah.
And it totally works for the title.
It's intriguing. It'll be like once it gets into a festival, it'll be like the first one listed.
That's right, because it's a number.
Unless it's like a 29 or something.
Yeah, exactly. 1 to 30.
Right.
That's gonna be awesome. Mm-hmm. I like it.
We'll invite you to our
sounds
first
way
screening.
better than like 32.7 ghosts.
Let's just round up to the nearest number.
We're getting rid of the penny today, so we'll be rounding up in other areas. 30 ghosts.
Man, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We've actually been talking about it all day for the most part, kind of sending emails back and forth and going, 30 ghosts.
Yeah.
Ghosts.
I wish I could have sent you a clip or two or something like that. Oh,
yeah. I can wait.
We've got time.
Yeah, we've got time. But we definitely
can
talk
wait.
about it because we talked.
Well, I was telling Sean that it was Carl Elster had originally.
Yeah, he's the one who
told us about it.
Broke the story. Yeah. We're like, oh, really? What are you doing working with Sean? It's this little documentary about ghosts. And we're like, what?
And I think I saw Guy post the Doc Ignite link on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then I went there and like contributed the same day or something,
Right.
which is how we ended up on the same
helps
video.
have powerful friends, to spread the word.
Yeah.
Totally does.
It does.
Very cool. I can't wait.
And I'm always like momentarily surprised. I'd be like, oh, of course Sean knows Guy. Yeah. It doesn't occur to me, but of course. Same with Jeremy. I was like, oh, you guys know each other well, huh? Weird.
I thought everybody just knew us, and apparently not the center of the universe.
Yeah, what? I'm not the link between them.
Well, can you easily get to Milton for our ghost hunt?
I don't even know where Milton is.
I don't know. Is there like a go bus?
There is, yes.
Yeah.
Done.
Then yes.
Done. We will be there.
Okay, good.
I'll be singing Ghostbusters all night.
Okay, good. And fade out.
That'll be your 15 minutes alone in the dark.
That's what I'll be doing. I'll be humming and I'll be doing lines from Ghostbusters.
Who are you gonna call?
Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. I want to go home and watch Ghostbusters now. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go to bed.
And I'll be trying to mimic a child giggling in the dark.
Don't ever do that again.
Again? Wait, what?
That's just, see, I can, almost any other ghost thing I can take. I can take, like, spooky demon stories. I can handle that.
Should we talk about the horror novel that you wrote called Cherubs? It's all about the creepy kids.
It is. It really is.
Creepy kids in their pajamas.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Totally creepy. Anybody else I can handle? Serial killer, I don't understand you, but I get it. But creepy kids that are laughing and giggling in the dark, that's not right. It's not.
It's like the little kid in Pet Sematary. He was so cute, and then he comes back from the dead, and he's got the little scalpel and everything. Creepy.
And killed Tashiar.
Oh, yeah.
Denise Crosby.
I thought that was her.
That's right. It's amazing the crap I file away.
Do you need me anymore?
I know, it's weird how we just kind of wander.
I've got a film to work on.
I have to edit. I have to log. But no, yes, actually, we should probably, let's get to it. But Sean, that was awesome. We can't wait to see this. we're there like opening night or whenever you get a screening date, we are there.
Okay.
And if it's at Hot Dogs, well, we're going to Hot Dogs.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
and we will tweet the shit out of that.
That's what I like to do.
Oh yeah, because using Moonpoint is a launching point for us. We love Moonpoint. How are we not going to love a documentary that you do, right?
We will tweet the shit out of that.
Oh, yes.
Some gangsta tip.
We're whores. We are whores and pimps.
We are both of those things.
Nice.
At once. But no, Sean, thank you for coming in. This sounds like such a fantastic project because
I'm glad we finally got it to work out too, because we've been going back and forth with you for a while trying to find a time we can both do it. Yeah.
But so it's 30 Ghosts. You guys have a Facebook page.
Yep.
It's 30 Ghost Movie, right?
30 Ghost Movie, yeah.
And the same for Twitter.
Same thing.
Yeah. The Halton Paranormal Society also has their own Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
I'm following them.
Yeah, me too. Do they have Twitter as well? I don't know if they have Twitter.
She's not very active on Twitter. She loves her Facebook.
More of a Facebook? Yeah. Okay. Which is awesome. So you can find them there. Yeah. Which is awesome. So get out there, find them if you haven't. Pay attention, watch for it, because it's coming to Hot Dogs, but,
Is there a website for the movie?
As soon as we got our trailer, there's
don't pressure him.
But yeah, when that trailer comes out, we'll full force with the website.
All right, cool.
It's gonna be awesome.
Cool, thanks guys.
That was
Thank
great.
you.
So Sean, thank you for coming in. Sue, as always.
Tim, thank you for having me.
You're gonna go home and you're gonna find the powers out there. There'll be cats running around on the floor. You get a little
And I will put on my new bear pajama pants.
I'm gonna go home and not think about spooky kids and probably just go to bed. Actually, let's be honest.
Once we feed the cats,
that's it. The day's done.
It's only Monday.
So, and we want to say thanks to Bonnie, who's our op tonight. Bonnie, thank you very much. Sue, thanks for coming out.
Tim, thanks for having me.
All right then. So that was Tim and Sue. Thanks for coming out.
I was already
Not
out.
saying a word. That closet wasn't that deep anyway. Tim and Sue for the Mind Reels on Smithy TV. Thank you and good night.
Setting a deadline. One of the most effective methods for setting a reasonable deadline is to determine the start date of the project, the completion date of the project, important milestone dates throughout the video project. Breaking the project down into smaller, more manageable chunks will help you stay on track and complete the video by the deadline. It will also provide a more clear direction for the video production company.